Hey, it's that time of year again. We're going to start doing some church planting videos, but specifically, it's the time of year when freshers start turning up in your town, in your city. Manchester is going to be ablaze with freshers soon. Fallowfield will grind to a halt as parents in SUVs drop their kids at the halls in Fallowfield. But I love this time of year. It's just brilliant. And so we've been reflecting really on church planting and students particularly. And so I wanted to talk about today how you get students to your brand new church plant when you're just really small in those early days. How do you get them there? And I believe it's really worth going after students. It's the sort of thing that church planters say, maybe to think because they need to drum up some numbers, but actually I think there's a much deeper reason to go after students. And that is because I believe that young people fundamentally are brilliant. Okay, that 18 to 25 age range is magnificent. Okay, so don't believe the lies about millennials or Generation Z or anything like that. Okay, there's some helpful stuff in that narrative, but generally don't believe that hype. What you need to know about that age range, the 18s to 25s, is that they will rally to a cause. Okay, absolutely will rally to a cause. They love the idea of being part of a movement and that can bring change, genuine change. They're passionate about what they believe in. So we often hear people say that they really value authenticity. Well, they also themselves are passionate about their beliefs and they want to make a difference to the world around them, to what they see. They see difficulty like we do, they see suffering, and they really want to engage and make a difference, and that's very important to them. And that crowd, therefore, is perfect for church planting, and absolutely will help you more than you could possibly imagine. So how do you get them? How do you get that age range? How do you particularly get students, new students, into your city? Well, you really need to play to your strengths. If you're a brand new church plant, you need to play to your strengths. There's lots that you won't be able to do, but there are some things that no other church in your town will be able to do. And the first thing you can play to is the fact that there is hardly any of you in your group. Okay, you are tiny. Now, when we first started in Fallowfield, we started with 5 people, and the aim was to go after students. And I knew I couldn't do anything that the other churches were doing in town. They had better staff than me. They had much more money than me. They had a longer history than me, and they were really good churches. But what I did do, what we knew we could do, was to provide family, provide community. Freshers particularly are looking for that. Looking for friends and people who can look after them. They've got loads and loads of acquaintances, but they're all quite shallow relationships because they're all brand new. So you can really provide home for them. That's an important strength to play to. The other thing that you can really play to with that age range is involvement. Okay, so bigger churches with student works that are well funded, good staff, all of those things, actually they can provide people with a lot of things, but they don't necessarily ask for much involvement back, particularly at a high level. And you can do that. Actually, you can give students, 20s, a great deal of influence in your church. So you can let them lead, you can let them initiate. So this year, our outreach program in our Fallowfield site was kind of devised by students, is being implemented by students as well, and we're providing the money to do it, but they have told us what they want to do and we said that's great, you go and do it, and we've given them that influence. You can also let them lead at a high level as well. So on our preaching rota this year we have numbers of students who are going to preach. Many of our worship leaders are preachers, are students as well. And it would be easy to say, well, we could draft in other preachers from other sites who are a bit more mature and have been around the block, and the same for worship leaders. But actually, that's not going to get us anywhere longer term. And so we get as many of them involved as possible. We provide loads of training, but actually we want to involve them. And that's really important to that age range, particularly, that they feel involved, they feel valued, and it's not just a lip service thing either. And finally, if you're a brand new church plant, you can get students involved by even suggesting to them, hey, perhaps you too could plant a church. Perhaps you might stay in this city for longer than 2 or 3 years and you will plant a church in another part of the city or another part of the country. So CCM, we now have 6 meetings in 5 locations, and numbers of them have people who are currently students, but also some recent graduates who've got involved and want to help plant churches. Some of them are on the core team and will probably lead church plants in the future as well. So in short, why go after students? Or how do you get students into your brand new church plant? Well, really, you need to give them a vision for how they can help you not really how you can help them, how they need the help to be better Christians or whatever, although they will become all of those things, but actually how do they help you? How do they help you do church better in your town? So that's what we wanted to talk about today. How do you get students into your brand new church plant? We are going to be putting out more content over this term. Please check out the website. We've got another live broadcast with Trevor Hutton coming up in a few weeks, who's planted loads of churches and has got lots of interesting things to say. Please check out on that stuff as well. Thank you very much.